Well, he puts a lot of work in. He's the ultimate competitor when he's doing a lot of extra skates with our extra players. Every time he steps in the net in practice, he's trying to make sure he doesn't get scored against. First guy to the rink a lot of times, almost every day. I think that's part of a routine that leads to a lot of great habits.
How much did you sense, right away, he was sharp, he was into the game, he was in tune with what he was doing?
He felt comfortable, with the first, when I put him in Washington, a little bit of a different situation, didn't think he felt that comfortable. But I think knowing that he was going to play and preparing to play really helped him out. I thought halfway through the first period, to me, it just looked like he just had himself in a great place.
Coach, talk about some of the things that you're seeing in the third period. This is the second game in a row now. You've been hot in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, the game is on the line. I liked our approach. I thought we made some real nice plays for goals. At the Norris line, great job, a heck of a play by Stanley getting it over to Quinn. But I think just that desire to win. We weren't hanging around trying to protect. I think we played because we knew that they got some good forwards, and we didn't think one goal was going to be enough.
In those last few minutes, it's 4-0, 5-0, and everyone's selling out for blocks to help them get the shutout. How much does that say about just the team as a whole, what you've built here?
Yeah, well, it's part of the culture. The players understood how well this kid played in front of them. They wanted to repay that with making sure the pucks weren't going to get to the net. He still had to make one unbelievable backside save, but I thought there was a lot of shots that that got through that I think our guys did a pretty good job letting him see the puck.
Was it in the second? Was it just a product of you guys got stuck on the ice a few times when they had the mass a bunch of shots that they got on you? Was it just because you had guys stuck on the ice?
Yeah, when you have guys that are on the ice probably for 2 minutes, unless you can get a clear, get an icing. We didn't get one. We were hemmed in. We had some chaos, and I haven't looked at it, but in those flurries, it looked like he made 2 or 3 saves on a couple of those occasions where we didn't get out, and they hemmed us in.
I feel like Zach paid back Josh for last night for that assist in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that it counts as a sort of a payback, I guess. Last night was just such an unselfish moment, and then I think because of that he got rewarded tonight. That first goal he scored, unbelievable hustle, and take the puck away and walk in and give us that goal at the start of the third period.
What makes him so effective at hunting pucks?
Desire. I think he wants to stay on the puck. I think it can be a skill, but I think it's more of will than it is anything else.
You thought of him as a well-regarded prospect. You were hopeful for him. You knew the family lineage, obviously, but 25 goals. What's your reaction to that kind of season, right out of the box for him?
Yeah, well, I think what we saw is the reason we got him signed. Just for the fact that I think he's got even more upside. He keeps progressing. He's got great bloodlines, obviously. His dad was one heck of a player and one heck of a competitor, and I think he's following his dad's footsteps when it comes to the way he competes and how hard he works in games. And there's not many days this guy has a bad day. He's just a great kid to be around.
Coach, talk about the face-off discrepancy, Carrick's injury. Is that a concern going into the playoffs?
I think after 2 periods they were 67%. That was part of the issue in the second period. Other guys are going to have to step up. Going to the playoffs, Carrick won't be there. So, we're going to have to get some help by wingers. We're going to have to try to tie up, get 50-50s. But it's obviously something that he was real good at, and we're going to miss.
Perhaps the fact that he is a passer, and guys know that. You could actually see just did a little fake, and you saw Reeves look at Norris. Do you think the fact has helped him his last couple of goals because he shot the puck and they were thinking maybe he's going to pass that across?
No, I think anytime you have a little bit of deception can open a goalie up. The fact he shot or even looked off for a second, we've passed up quite a few opportunities of late where we haven't shot on 2-on-1s. I thought that little bit of deception probably opened him up, and a great shot.
Lindy, you said that Henrik won't be there. That's to start the playoffs. Do you have an updated timeline on what Sam's?
No, he's week to week, but he won't be there for the start.
Coach, that's now 5 games in a row the power play is held scoreless. Is the concern for that unit premature with the playoffs not having started?
I think so. I mean, you look at the opportunity Doan had right in the slot. When things are going good, that would have went in. You know, I didn't like our last one, but you know, we set up pretty good on the previous one where we had a great scoring opportunity. And I mentioned this morning we had 2 or 3 great scoring opportunities in New York we didn't capitalize on. It's something we're just going to keep on working on. I think the players understand the urgency. I just don't want them to get frustrated.
The league is off tomorrow. There's no games across the league. What are you going to do with yourself?
I'm probably going to watch some hockey. Doesn't mean that somebody's playing, but there's lots of stuff to watch. So, yeah, we've been pretty busy, and it'll be a good couple-day break for our group before those last 2 games.
Can you talk about Logan Stanley's performances as of late and the contributions?
You know, I think tonight might have been his best effort. I thought made a great play on the goal, getting that over to Quinn. Quite a few breakouts. I thought he was spot on with. And I've said this, it takes a little time to get comfortable. You know, we have 9 defense. We feel they can all play. But I did think tonight was his best night. Thanks.